Just okay, this could just be like a whiny teenager rant. Also, the lighting is fucking awful, so I'm gonna fix that. But okay, it's not much better, and I look hella shiny. Hello. But I cannot stand like parents who like don't respect their kids because like hold on. Like parents are always like lecturing us and being like, you gotta listen to me, I'm your parent, like respect, blah 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 blah. But like they don't treat us with respect. Like when they tell us not to do something, they don't say it politely. They're always like, yo, don't do that. Like they're usually pretty rude about it. And then when we speak up for ourselves and talk like slightly rudely to them, like I get like being all out rude and being a bitch or like an asshole, but like just like speaking up for yourself or like speaking up like for what you've like done previously, and then like having your parents like disrespect you and like speak back to you and be like hella rude about it, like, and then they lecture us all the fucking time about being respectful towards them. Like that's just ridiculous. Like an example of what I'm trying to say, because this like probably sounds like a total immature like little like teenage rant or whatever, but like I'm completely serious. Like boy, like it's not even fucking funny. Like okay, an example of this is, let's say like a girl was like dating someone, and her dad didn't like the guy, and like her dad didn't like the guy, and so like the daughter like asked the dad like, why the fuck don't you like my boyfriend, like what the hell, and then he was just like, I just don't like him, you know, and like doesn't elaborate, because a lot of parents just think that because they're parents they don't they don't need to elaborate, just what they say goes, which okay, you raise us, you guide us, you don't fucking control us. I think parents like always overstep that line. Like always, at least one point, parents always overstep that line of leading and controlling. Like it's not the same fucking thing, but people like parents always fuck that up, and I don't understand why. Like it's not that fucking hard. So like it's just really frustrating because like it's just like ridiculous. Like how they always lecture us on respect and like treating others with respect when they don't even treat us with respect. So like how are we supposed to do the same to them? Like do your due diligence, people. Like fuck. I don't know. I just find it annoying. I don't know. I think what I like thought about it though was like I'm reading this book and it's actually really interesting. Like there's not like much romance. The girl is very level-headed. She doesn't really like fit any like types, and oh my god, do you see how dry my nose is? Like skin is literally like peeling off. I don't know. What like triggered this little rant though was I just got up and like banged the table like I always do, and like this does not have a total smooth surface, so it was like bouncing against the table and it was really annoying. You probably heard it and you probably didn't because this is just a recording. But it really like annoyed me though, because like I don't know, it just really annoys me. It's like probably one of my pet peeves. I have a lot of pet peeves, a lot. But every time I look at my nails, I just want to cry. They're not there. I'm kidding. Well, kind of. Like, I don't want to cry, but like, I'm kind of sad because like they're not. I'm just being like so dramatic right now. Are they? But I think what triggered it was like a few minutes ago. I've been like reading this book and it's actually rather interesting. It's like it's not romantic much. The main character, she's very level-headed. She I don't know, she doesn't really like fit into like cliches, and she's like very level-headed, and it's pretty like good writing, and like I like it because I can't really predict what's happening, and the character is like very level-headed. She's like, I don't know. I like how like real it is, and like it's pretty cool. It's basically just like a monologue of this girl's life, and I like love it because it's not cliche. And so, but there's like a little bit of romance, but like it's not really romance. It's more of like hookups because like she's just like a young girl like experimenting and like living her life because she's like in her like she's like almost 20, I think, or 20 or 21, somewhere around that range. And she's like just moved into a hotel with her family, and she like felt like she's like kind of flirting with this bellhop dude. And of course her little brother Dylan, who's like 12, like pops up and was just like hello, and like caught her and a little bellhop boy like making out, and like he was like, oh my god, I'm gonna tell my like the parents or whatever. And then she was like, no, don't fucking tell them. And then he was like, okay, fine, for $20 I won't tell them. She gave him $20, and he ended up fucking telling them anyways. I would have been so fucking pissed. This is why I'm so glad I'm an only child. Like, I could not deal with having a younger sibling. No. An older sibling, possibly, but a younger sibling, no. I could not deal with a younger sibling. No. I can handle small kids a little bit, but, having a younger kid as a sibling who's with you 24 fucking 7? No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. Oh, God. Okay. But anyways, he ended up telling the parents anyways. And her dad got hella mad about it. And she was just kind of like, well, I don't really see what you have a problem with. Like, he seems like rather friendly. And he was like, that's why I don't like him. He's like way too friendly. And she's just like, okay, but I'm friends with him. And he's like, no, you're not just friends with him because you made out with him. She's like, that was one drunken mistake or whatever. Because they happened to like drink a little bit. And then he was like, well, regardless, I don't like him. And he's like, and if this continues and if you continue talking to him, I'm gonna offer him an ultimatum, which is either you or his job. And she's like, that's ridiculous. Like, we're just friends. Obviously, he's gonna choose his job and like ignore me. I'm like, who are you to deprive me of my friends? And he was just like, he's obviously not a friend if you were kissing him, blah, 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 blah. Like, I don't tolerate this kind of behavior with my children, blah, 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 blah. And he wasn't even letting her have her say in, or anything she did say, he would just clearly, blatantly ignore. And I was just like so irritated because like this is like prime example of how parents like demand respect from their kids, but don't offer that same respect that they demand from their kids to their kids. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's just so frustrating. Like, at least you're out, dude. Like, it's annoying. But I just like this book so far because it's like, it's a nice, refreshing story that's like doesn't really follow any of like the romance rules, and like there hasn't been any like clear romance paths set aside from Mr. Bellhop Boy, but he's not really romance. He's more of a friend that she like kind of had little romance with, but like she's very level-headed, and there's no like, oh my god, there was a spark. I just had this pull towards him. Like, I fucking hate that in books. But for some reason, like, I just like Wattpad is not original and just like always has fucking romance, and so that's what I'm like subjected to read to. But I would like love to have like non-romance books, and this was one of those rare occurrences where I actually found a book that was not romantic, was not boring, and is actually pretty good, and I actually really like it, and I love the character. She's very level-headed, plus she has these 2 dogs, and they're big dogs, and I love big dogs. Oh my god, they're so cute. Oh my god, I love big dogs so much. I've talked about, oh my god, I'm burping a lot. Okay, I talked about why I love big dogs so much. I just love them so much. Like, I love them. Like, if I could live somewhere where I could have big dogs, I would literally live somewhere where I could have big dogs. But at the same time, I really love the city. So, like, I don't know if I would be able to, like, live in a rural area with no stuff, no city, no people, and live with my big dogs. Because, like, I'm so used to the city. I've been like born and raised in the city. Like I've never really lived out of the city. And the few times that I have lived out of the city or experienced being out of the city, it's been kind of like a nice vacation, but it's never been like a fully thing that I like really want to do because it's just so isolated. And as much as I joke about being antisocial, I do really enjoy like the subtle company of people, you know? Like enjoy like city noise. I enjoy city. I like enjoy the activity of the city. I just don't enjoy like partaking in that activity of the city. um wow, okay. So like I wouldn't want to be like isolated with like no one and like no activity and nothing and silence and just nature. As much as that is nice for like a vacation and just like hiking temporarily, but like doing that like lifestyle, like I don't think I could do that. I'm just too much of a city girl. I can't do it. But to have the big dogs that I really want, like I would have to have like live in that kind of environment or like live in a nice house with like a giant ass backyard, which I wouldn't really want to live in a really nice house with a giant ass backyard because that's just way too suburban. I ain't a suburban chick. So I love big dogs, but like in order to have big dogs happy, you have to like walk them all the fucking time, which I love walking, but I don't know if I would have like the time to walk like my big dogs all the time if I lived in the city and I couldn't live in a big suburban house with a big backyard to have them play around in the big backyard all the time. And then also I couldn't live in like the countryside. So like as much as I love big dogs, I don't know if I could have them and make them happy and like I don't know, like as happy as they should be with like a loving, like good environment because as much as I love big dogs, like I don't know if I have the like living lifestyle and like personality. Well, I know I have the personality to take care of big dogs. I love big dogs. I've been around big dogs like my entire life. Like I remember I have this Aunt Judy on my mom's side. She's had big dogs and I think I first discovered my love for big dogs with her. And then like ever since then, like anyone who has had big dogs, like I've always really connected with them and like love big dogs. And I just love big dogs. Like they're just so amazing. I love them so much. But like I don't know if I could like have the lifestyle and like live the lifestyle of having like big dogs. So I'm settling for medium dogs, as in a schnauzer and a greyhound. Which I mean, they're both adorable dogs and I love them, but they're not as good as big dogs. But like, you know what? I'm just gonna stop being like segregating my dogs because I love all dogs equally. I just slightly love big dogs more. I just can't handle big dogs because I just can't live with big dogs. And plus, there's always the annoyance of like, if you ever have a big dog or like if you're ever like walking a big dog, like people judge you. Like people are like automatically afraid of your dog. And it's just like, really? Like, it's just annoying when you have big dogs and like people judge you for having a big dog. Like, fuck you. Like, but if it was like a teeny tiny poodle, everyone would be like, oh my god, can I pet your dog? But like, because it's a big dog and gives so much more love because it's a bigger dog, like people are afraid of it. And you're just like, really? Like, it's fucking like, calm your ass down. Like, it's not that big of a fucking deal. It's just a bigger teddy bear than a poodle. Like, shut your fucking ass up. Like, judging piece of shiitake mushrooms. Like, rude. Don't insult my doggy's feelings. Like, rude. Oh my god, I'm too much. But yeah, this is 15 minutes of me ranting of the injustice of parents. And I can't even say that with a straight face. And then also how I love big dogs, which I've already talked about how I love big dogs before, like a million times. But like we're having this conversation again because I just need to express my love for big dogs, okay? Okay, bye.